Good morning, everybody. What day is today? It's Wednesday, and we got 8 hours to get to a ferry in a 25-year-old van. So we got a full tank of gas, good cup of coffee, someone's doing the music. I suppose all we can do is hit the road. So as you might know, on road trips, there's only one thing left to do: hit the music. Look, we've been through this before. Not that music. That's not good music. You need to hit the cool road trip music. Hit the cool road trip music. Whew. Time for coffee. God, I need a coffee. Can't see the actual services because it's... Oh, here we go. Foggy. There we go. Oh, yes. Yes, it looms from the mist like a leviathan. Now, where do I park? 3.5 meters. Please be lower than 3.5 meters. I probably park in there with the trucks. Let's park here. Now, here's a tip for you. If you're driving on French motorways and you pull into services, not all of them have it, but there's a place, it's like a little restaurant-y type thing in some services, and it's called Paul. I don't know why it's called Paul, it's just this. Maybe a guy called Paul started it. And they do really good coffee and they do really nice sandwiches. So if you're ever thinking about pulling into services on a French motorway, look for one that has a Paul. Top travel tips by Brian. Follow me for more. Right, let's get a coffee into me. Okay, coffee and a chocolate cake. Why didn't you see this? Very fancy for a petrol station, I thought. Can you see that? Don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. That'll keep me going. Close the box. And close the box. Okay, we're back on the road. On the way to Tours now, I think. Now, one of the other things I didn't really think about before I set off was the fact that this car is a right-hand drive. But when you get to a toll plaza, all the machines are on that side. Which means, every time I get to a toll plaza, I have to do this. Right, progress update. We are now 3 hours 20 minutes away from Cherbourg. Google Maps' ETA is creeping up worryingly. It was 3:30, now it's 4:45. Keep going and hope the boat doesn't leave without us. So, somebody asked in the comments last night, should I need my passport to travel within the EU? Ireland is in the European Union. But technically, no, you don't need your passport to travel throughout the EU. So like if you're driving from France to Germany or France to Spain or France to Italy or wherever, you can just get in your car and go. But because I'm crossing the sea, yeah, you need to just show your passport. Don't ask me why. I won't mind driving for a bit. I could use a nap and a stretch.
To ignore that stuff. I never want to approach the left thinking that it's...
Okay, so weather update. Fog. Lots of fog. So you're not going to see much of rural France for the next little while till this fog lifts. Another thing I kind of overlooked in my preparation for this trip was the fact that this van doesn't have a radio. Yeah. No, I thought to myself, nah, that's no problem. I'll bring like a Bluetooth speaker. And then I can listen to music on the way up the road. Guess what the one thing I forgot to pack today was? Yep, the Bluetooth speaker. So I'm sitting here happily whistling to myself and singing songs. Barry, you were supposed to be in charge of the music. Why didn't you think of this? Anyway, I was going to listen to music on my phone. You know, turn the volume all the way up, that sort of jazz. But it's not great volume out of that phone for some reason. And then I thought to myself, oh, maybe I'll stop in a petrol station and buy like a earphone thingy. Yeah, you see them for sale in petrol stations on motorways. I haven't hit a motorway yet, by the way. And then I realised, looking at my phone, there's no hole to plug a headphone thing into. I did have some little wireless ones that goes in your ear. Can't find them anywhere. So we're down to grainy, crackly David Bowie songs and me singing. It's going to be a long day. Here's what I'm thinking. Cherbourg is probably the main port on the north coast of France for freight and passengers to go to Ireland. Freight is the important word here because freight means trucks and trucks mean truck drivers and Irish truck drivers mean Guinness. So I reckon there's a fairly good chance that to find a bar at the ferry terminal that has a Guinness tap. The thing about Guinness is loads of places have Guinness taps. But to get a good pint of Guinness, you need two things. Proximity to Ireland, so we're kind of there with that one, and a regularly used Guinness tap. So if you got truck drivers, and you got a ferry port, and there's a bar with a Guinness tap in it, fairly good chance that's regularly used. My plan is to get in and see about getting a tasty pint of creamy Guinness. Someone get a pen and paper and take an orders list, and when we get to the bar, I'll buy the first round. Okay, that's the boat. I imagine we go in the back of the boat. Yes, we do. Alright, okay. The nice man with the machine gun said lane 4. So let's try lane 4. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Oh. Well, there you go. I'm on an boat. It's pretty dark outside, so there's not much to see. So I am going to go get some food and have a bit of a sleep. Thank you very much for watching the vlog today. Part 2 of the whirlwind adventure that's going to be this trip to Ireland starts tomorrow. So make sure you get a good night's sleep. And I'll see you tomorrow.